shape shift into the golden dragon. Shooting beams light up the eyes, fingertips, and toes. Eyes, fingertips, and toes. God in the earth essence. God in the heaven essence into the palm and into your heart. So you're going to reach out and touch mankind. And on the cloud descends down. Back to the Wuji. Forming the diamond of light on the bottom of the toe bone. It rises up through the spine, opening, shooting off the top of your head, 3 sacred bows. Tao, lineage, and yourself. And beginning with heaven and earth. First posture is heaven posture, asking for the message, looking for the floating finger, rising up 3 times. And then swallowing down. And earth posture, left pivot, step in, step out 45, and exaggerate breathing down, and then drop with exaggeration. Hold the breath. Relax the breath. Relax the body, and hold the mental image. Good, see, you can still see your outline in the puffed up version. Stepping down, breathing down roots, draw it up with exaggeration. Relax the breath. Relax the body and see if you can still see the outline. In and then straight out, breathing down roots, exaggeration. Let the breath go. Let the body relax and still hold the mental image. Good. Big step back to the Wuji. Purification. So reach out, grab a ball, give it a color, the first color in your mind. Don't second guess it, no matter what comes. Strengthen it a few times. Strengthen it a few times. And now fusing this down your Tai Chi pole. Every cell of your body lights up with this color. Message from heaven. Reach out, grab another ball, same or different color. Strengthen it a few times. And then add a word, the first word that comes to your mind that might associate or help you. And then fuse this. Back to the Wuji. Final ball, same or different color. Strengthen it and then infuse it with a spiritual symbol. The cross, the Om, something that brings out the highest spirituality in you. Yin Yang symbol or your own symbol. And lifting this ball and the symbol, infusing it. the spiritual platform, letting go of anything holding you back, speeding up your karma. So like the circular disc underneath you, the spiritual karma is in things that you did that you're no longer proud of, or you made a mistake. You're going to just reach this platform. As it's coming through your body, it's purifying your body. It's a brown steam, letting it go, forgiving yourself. And then you place the platform back on, turn it over at the shoulders, and like a black ooze, squeezing out any negativity, any physical karma, any pain, emotional, mental, push it down into the earth. The spiritual platform. Good, and one more time. Being real humble. The brown steam, let go. Give yourself. And you're going to let it go. Finally, you're going to squeeze it all out. And offering sacred essence. So first hand's going to come up, and you're going to just like open your third eye, like you're listening for the answers. This is the connecting section. So first is connecting, opening the third eye. Also subtly like kind of add the heart, so then you can kind of like open the hearts and open the third eye and listening. Offering a little bit of your own sacred essence from your toes coming up. A special gift, giving some back to the universe. A little bow, but you don't look down. Giving a little bit your sacred essence, representing the book of life at the end. Yeah, actually there's no bow in this one, it's just the presentation. Always returning back to the Wuji after each move. More, being real humble, gathering a little bit of your own sacred essence, coming to the gates of heaven, and offering your life back as a sacred book. And onto the Bodhisattva. Oh, it makes so much sense now. It comes after that one. Vowing to keep on the path until all sentient beings are healed. So from here, taking your heart, send it out to the universe, gathering earth, gathering heaven, and bring it back to strengthen your resolve. Transmutation of the earth qualities and transmutating, seeing everything from heaven's view. And last one, coming out. And then the hands gently fall, turn into a slight pointing finger, mastering the elements. And then the older version of Iron Body, Golden Bell, the alchemy version. So first is iron body, purifying not only your blood, but let's say all the organs, just everything disappears. So the palms turn forward to start, and then just inhale and exhale pure light. Inhale. Even brighter, like a three-way light bulb, getting brighter. And finally, one more inhale. And as bright as you can glow. And back to the Wuji. And palms turn forward. And golden bell. Now just extending that light into the three-way chi field. Bending the knees on this one. Inhale. And exhale. I almost always feel like the ski jumper jumping off the edge of the thing. Right, it's like going pure light radiating out front and back, especially from the back, Dashi would say. Right? And finally, back to the Wuji. Okay, and then the second version of that is palms just float up, palms turn over to start, and inhale. And glowing again back down in your body. Inhale. Pure white light. Second switch. And glowing so bright, no impurities can exist. Back to the Wuji. And back up. Palms turn back over to start, bending the knees on this one, the iron body or the golden bell. Inhale. And push it out. Push the light all the way out, especially on the back. Right back to Bodhisattva part 2 follows that. Looking back at the right heel and bring the spiral up and down, the gyro. Left heel. Like a looking back. One more on both sides. Leaving behind you. And the final alchemy process out to heaven and earth. And then falling back to the earth. Then you do the fire and the water. Reaching out. So later we do a similar one, but this one is the actual element of fire. So you really want to feel like there's like a little fire pit or something in your palm. Or you're making fire, and this fire is purifying you with the heat, with the radiant light, all the way down to the toes. Same kind of feeling, but the element of fire, crackling and moving and flaming. Bring it back, there's no count. Center. As the fire dissolves, you're standing in front of the ocean on the beach, opening up, reaching down, gathering the stone wheel, and then the weight of the wheel sinks you into the sand in the middle. And so then you're looking out towards the ocean. As the tide comes in, you feel it push back on your toes, and it sinks you back into the heels. Presses on your shins, presses on your knees, your entering the stone wheel, the center has a hole and it's filling your legs, feeling your torso, feeling your arms, pressing your shoulders back and down, covering your shoulders, briefly covering your head, and as the tide reverses, shift to the balls of the feet and pours off the body, the shoulders, pours out of the wheel. Notice the water is really dark and murky, going back out to the ocean. Pulling off your lower back, the back of your legs, back of your knees, calves, ankles. And the dirty water just blends and neutralizes in the clean ocean. And then the water comes back, it touches your toes and sits you all the way back. Presses on your toes, your ankles, your shins, your knees, hips. Entering the stone wheel again, sinking you down and back. Feeling your torso, feeling your arms, briefly covering your shoulders and briefly covering your head, and again, the tide just takes with it any dirty water. Now it's much cleaner pouring out. There's less tension pulling off the low back, back of the legs, hamstrings, calves, ankles. The water turns pure again, coming back in and sitting you back. It's cool and refreshing, pressing back on your shins, your hips, entering the stone wheel, feeling your body, feeling your arms, covering your shoulders, briefly covering your head, and the water comes out nice and pure, gently relieving off the shoulders, out of the stone wheel, out of the arms, off the hips, the legs, the knees, the feet. All the emotions gone with it, nice and clean. And then sitting back to the middle and letting the stone wheel dissolve into the sand. Back to the bougie. And then you have the third bodhisattva. Still looking back at the heel, but just making more of a draw. Feeling that dual stretch. One smooth motion, stretch back. Last one, I was just letting the hand fall down. And slight pointing finger, again, mastering the 5 elements. And this is where you go into the 5 elements. So the first element is earth, this one. So starting with the earth, like you're just neutral, you're just a part of the earth. First move is your hands come up and you're just holding the yellow ball now, and a quarter of it's inside your body. So as you nourish the ball, you nourish the spleen, nourishing the muscles. After a few breaths, then you're inside the sphere. So now you're inside the yellow sphere, everything is getting nourished. And then letting that go and going back to the neutral position here. Earth gives rise to metal. Coming up, holding the white orb, and now expanding and contracting, creating the white sphere in front of the lungs. And remember the secret to this one is to break the rhythm of your inhale, exhale. So there's somewhere besides that front and back. Inside the luminous white sphere, nourishing every cell, just bathing in a white orb. And then back to neutral. And then the metal gives rise to the water. Crane mudra, holding the blue ball, and 5 dips down in the water. Beyond the physical movement, really think of the inner, nourishing the blue ball, changing hands, 5 more dips. Standing in the sphere of the blue ball, and 5 more dips. Completely being bathed in the luminous blue. Back down to the neutral again, holding it. And the water gives rise to the wood. And creating the green sphere. Lots of room to find the breath. Nourished in the liver is smiling, or it's being bathed in the luminous green. And you're standing inside the luminous green sphere. And back to the neutral. One last time. Building up the energy. They're all important. I always feel like this one is because it's for the cardiovascular, so you get to hold it a little bit longer. Same moves as the fire, but this case it's the red. More tonifying, more soft, red, pinkish. after 5 moves, can change sides. And as you bring it back, and you're just standing in the red ball for a moment. And then as you bring it back for one final time, all the colors are now just in the organs, shining through. The ultimate inner smile strengthener. Yes. And the last posture coming up is the deer posture, so back to the Wu Ji, and then growing the horns coming up. Out. And drawing it down. Let's just take a moment. And stepping in.